We are live. Welcome to episode 26 of the High Slot Podcast, brought to you by Hedgebetter Technologies. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
Our behind-the-scenes guy, Jay Butts, is another healthy scratch today. You hate to see it.
Oh, no.
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's going on, boys? How we doing, fellas?
Doing good. Just another week of absolutely grinding, coaching, playing some hockey, some college hockey, and watching some more hockey. So, how about you, Vinny?
Nothing. Pretty low key. No crazy story this week for me. Yeah, just chilling. Gotta go to a party later, but chilling.
Yeah, hey, you guys. Definitely busy times for sure. So for our OG listeners, about 9 months ago, I think I made the announcement on the podcast that Bailey and I were going to be expecting our first child. And as of today, I'm announcing that baby girl is here, Francesca. She's alive and well, and she's ready to become the next women's hockey or LPGA All-Star.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Another addition to the High Slot fam.
Yep, another addition to the fam. Yeah, I've just been enjoying the dad life, becoming an absolute pro at changing diapers. That's been my go-to. You know, I'm gonna have to start breaking out a stopwatch and just time myself, try and beat my record each time. I'm getting that good at it.
There's definitely an Olympic sport for that. There's like a sport for everything now.
Just got the
Catch me in the
timer there.
Olympics, diaper changing, run a sub 4.
Nasty.
But no, it's good times all around. We got a big episode for you all today. We're gonna start with a little fantasy draft of some current NHL players, see who comes out with the best lineup. Then we go get into our gambling corner, give you guys some picks that'll hopefully put some money in our listeners' pockets, and then we'll finish up with some hockey talk, some hottest news around the world of hockey. You boys ready to roll?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. So we're here in the studio today thanks to our producer, Hedgebetter Technologies. The Hedgebetter sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. They're putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. The sports betting platform is coming soon in 2023, but if you want to get early access, be sure to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. All right, so we got a new segment today. We're going to do a fantasy draft. We've kind of done this in the past. We did a fantasy draft of throwback jerseys. So today we're going to do fantasy draft current NHL players. So we're each going to draft 6 total guys, 2 wingers, a center, 2D, and a goalie. And then, I guess we'll leave it up to the fans, see who has the best starting lineup after we're done with the draft. Let's go youngest to oldest. Bob, you can get first pick. I'll take second. Snipsky, you get third. And we'll do snake draft style.
Oh, all right.
All right. So yeah, we're just doing a legit like true draft where like if someone gets taken, you can't take them. Like next.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. So first pick.
It's got to be unanimous, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know if I want to go goalie or just go like with the best guy in the world.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going McDusty. You can't pass up McDusty at center. Okay.
You can't. He's already on a tear again this year.
Yeah, dude. He got a hat trick first game. Like he had 4 points in the first game. That's disgusting.
McDusty, unanimous number 1 overall pick. I was expecting it. Kind of puts me in a tough spot. There's so many guys on the board here, but you took the best forward in the game. So I got to take the best defenseman, Cale Makar.
Yeah. Okay.
Hands down. I'm going to go defense first. Cale.
Defense wins championships.
Does.
Yeah.
Nipsey,
So
you got back-to-back.
Oh, okay. So I get 2
Snake draft.
picks.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Nathan McKinnon. And let me see. I'll go Igor.
I love it.
Yeah,
I was gonna go Igor next. You
Goalie
scumbag.
early. Yeah, I wanted Igor. If I was in the 3-hole, I was definitely going Igor.
I was almost going Igor first overall, and then I was like, nah, I can't be picking a goalie first overall and passing up McDavid. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Snipsky, so you went Nate Dogg?
Yeah.
I love it. Love the center. I'm going to follow you up with the center. I'm going to go with the NHL's leading goal scorer from last year, Austin Matthews.
Yeah, I was thinking of.
I have to.
I couldn't take a Leaf number 1 or my number 1.
No, yeah, I know. I hate
No
taking
thanks.
a Leaf, but I got to go with the leading goal scorer.
I
The guy
guess
just
Coco.
buries.
I guess Coco doesn't want to make it out of the first round. All right.
Yeah, right. He might not go very far, but
All right.
all right, Bob, you got 2 in a row.
All right, I'm gonna go Roman Yossi. You can get a sturdy back end back there.
Love that.
Nice seat back there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Hubie Doobie Doo on the left.
Pubes.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Jonathan
okay.
Huberdeau, the best
Winger?
Yep. Passer in the league. I'm gonna go with him.
Best passer in the league, hands down.
Matt, imagine him and Connor McDusty on the same line, just feeding each other.
That's gross.
Yeah. So I'll go Hubie.
I like it. Who was the pick before that? You went Yossi?
Yeah, Yossi.
Love that, yeah. Probably second best defenseman in the league. Might have got robbed of Van Norris last year, but we'll leave that
here or
for
there.
a different discussion. Yeah. I gotta go goalie here because I think the goalie drop off after this is real. So I'm gonna go Vasilevsky,
All right.
other dirty Russian.
Yeah, you guys see that game the other night? Sharsky versus Vazzy.
Yeah, Shersky won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shersky got the best of him
Yeah.
again.
Well,
You know Vassy's track record. He's solid.
Yeah, Vazzy got peppered though, and Sharsky really didn't. So he played nasty Vazzy still, but. So it's my pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Kirill the Thrill.
Ooh.
Yep.
Is he a center or wing? He's a
left
wing, right?
wing.
There's
Yeah,
a winger.
winger.
Left wing. So Nate Dogg and Kirill the Thrill. And I'm gonna go with the sturdiest. I think the sturdiest D-man in the game, Victor Hedman.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, as one of my
Victor.
D-men.
I like it. Victor Hedman.
Yep.
Staple for the Tampa Bay back end.
Yeah, I know. So
All right, I got two wingers and a D left. I think I got to beef up the forwards here a little bit. I'm going to go with one of the league's best, but doesn't get talked about nearly as much as he used to, Patty Kane.
Yeah.
Kaner.
Oh,
He's still got it.
Yeah,
He's buried in Chicago and they suck, so they're never in the spotlight. But
the best mitts in the league.
Yeah, easily. Best mitts in the league, best drip. I gotta go Kaner. Kaner dishing it to Matthews. The Americans. I might have to go full American line, top line here.
yeah, he's a stand-up guy. He's not like get me out of here either.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Kaner. I hope he gets out of Chicago this year, dude. I feel bad for him. He doesn't belong there anymore.
Yeah, he's
time
definitely
to
getting
move
dished.
on.
They've been talking about him getting dished for a while.
Time to move on. So yeah, I'll go Kaner. Kaner on the wing.
All right. Do I get two in a row? Or am I just getting one pick?
Yeah, you got two. Yeah, you guys both get two in a row, Snake.
All right. So I'm just gonna my first pick. I'm gonna finish up the forward line. I'm gonna get David Pastrnak on the right. So I got Hubie Doo, McDavid, and Pasta as my forwards. And then I'm gonna go D because you guys already got the goalie. I go goalie last. My other defenseman. So I got Roman Yossi on one side. Honestly, just give me Rasmus Anderson. I like the way he's been playing. Rasmus Anderson. He's underrated.
Rasmus.
Yeah, give me Rasmus. I dig deep for that one. That's a pick that I'm just gonna take him.
The gutsy pick.
Yeah, sleeper pick. Yeah, dude, he's already having a good year already. I think he's gonna be a hell of a defenseman this year.
I like it. So I need a left winger and another D man. The left wingers are kind of weak. I might have to go D man here. The decoys kind. Oh, I got a D man. Yep, easy one. Adam Fox.
Oh yeah,
Foxy with my car.
That's
Foxy McCarr would be a good one.
Talk about a puck moving pair.
Yeah, that is a puck moving pair.
Yeah, I'll go Foxy. Adam Fox. Snipsky, that's over to you. You got two next.
Two. All right. So
I think
it's tough
that
trying to find a right way. Like it's all like dominant lefties. Like, so I think I'm gonna go with he's past his prime a little bit, but at D I'm gonna go with Drew Doughty as my other D man.
Doughty. Legend. He's a legend.
Yeah, he's nasty. And how about give me on the right wing? You might not. I'm trying to find a true right wing. Oh yeah, Andrei Snetchikov. On my other, I got a couple Russians and a Canadian.
There you go.
I think that's Did you go two, Snipsky?
Yeah, I picked
Okay.
Drew Doughty,
Doughty, yeah, okay.
and then I
All right,
got Andrei Snetchnikov.
this is gonna round it out for me. So I got Foxy and Makar on D, Vassy between the pipes, Kaner, Matthews. I'm gonna finish it off with Brad Marchand.
Okay.
One of the best two-way guys in the league. I got a goal scorer. I got a guy who can pass. So why not throw in a two-way guy to mix them in? Go Marshy, Matthews, Kaner, Foxy, Makar, and Vassy. I like that lineup.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. And then I'll finish off my last pick's UC Saros. Can't go wrong with him beyond the pipes. Between the pipes.
Yeah.
So I
He's a dog.
McDusty, Hubie Doobie, Pasta as the forward line, and I got Rasmus Anderson and Roman Yossi, and then UC Saros. And then what do you got, Vinny? What, you know your lineup?
Yeah, so I got Nate Dogg at center. I have Andrei Snetchnikov at right wing. Left wing, Kirill Kaprizov. One of my Ds is Victor Hedman, and the other's Drew Doughty, and my goal is Igor Shesterkin.
Couple stacked lineups. We'll have to post them to IG and have the fans vote on who's got the best one. Dude, the one guy who I was like shocked no one picked, but looking back at it, we took like three nasty centers, was Draisaitl. I was gonna take him and put him on a wing, but
I was thinking the same thing too.
Yeah.
I should have just picked like the whole like Oilers lineup. Should have McDavid, Draisaitl, Kane.
I mean, I know Draisaitl can play wing, but I was like, just for the sake of this, I didn't want to like cheat it.
Yeah.
And have him throw him on a wing, but yeah, Draisaitl being left off the list was tough. But I think we nailed.
There's so many players though. Like there's so many good players in the league. You know what I mean? Like Like there's like the top. You can't go wrong with like the top 15, top 20 guys.
I could have easily went Draisaitl over Matthews.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
there really isn't any like really wrong answers at forward,
no.
because there's so many good forwards in the NHL, dude. Like there's so many of them. Because like defense, like give or take. Because I took Rasmus Anderson just because I just wanted to throw one out there, like throw like a little distant one out there, because I think he's gonna have like a really good year this year, and he's already like starting off hot. But yeah, you can't really go wrong with anyone, especially the top 20.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I was scrolling through this thing like, geez, I don't know.
I did mine off the dome. I didn't even look at anything. I just went off my straight.
That's pretty good. I had a list of like
I didn't have a list.
50 guys in the league.
That's why I picked Rasmus Anderson, because in my head I'm like who's in my head that like I think is going to be a good defenseman, and I was like, fuck it, Rasmus.
Yeah. All right, not bad, boys, not bad. All right, we're gonna change things up. We're gonna go to the gambling corner here. Give you guys our picks before Snipsky heads out. So just to refresh our viewers, last pod, we came to the conclusion we're going to have an award called the Evander Kane Gambler of the Year Award for whoever comes in first place with their picks throughout the year. And then we are going to have a punishment for last place. Bob, I don't know if you heard it because you weren't here, but they're going to get the Goldberg treatment from Mighty Ducks D1, where they just get tied to a net and we just all get to pepper them with shots.
What, just a cup on or something?
Yeah, like just a cup. We'll do like a street hockey course. Maybe street hockey balls, maybe tennis balls. We'll make a game time decision on that. But yeah, they just get tied to the net, and we just get to like tee off on them for like 5 minutes.
Oh my god!
So that's for whoever comes in last.
Damn, I need to get in the lab then. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get pelted.
Puts a little pressure on us to make some good picks. You know, that's for the fans out there, boys. There's pressure on us. We're trying to give you the best that we got. You know, sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't. So don't come at us when we don't have it. We'll bounce back the next week. I guarantee it.
Trying to make you guys money, you know?
Yeah, that's all we're trying to do. Put money in everyone's pockets, right? Bury the bookie. So to highlight last week's picks, so the current Evander Kane Degenerate of the Year standings, we got Bob in first place with 3-2. I'm in second at 3-3. Jay Butts in third, 2-3. Snipsky currently in fourth at 1-4. But long season ahead of us. It's a marathon, not a sprint here.
Well, so, apparently with Vinny, it's a marathon. Yeah, did you hear what Vinny said in the text message?
In the group.
He goes, all right, guys, all listeners here. Vinny just goes, last night we were talking about the Bruins or whatever. Like, oh, yeah, they look good. Vinny's like, it's a marathon, not a mile. And then I'll just go, you mean a sprint, dude? It's not a sprint.
No, it's a different metaphor.
Oh, my God. In what universe?
Whatever you say. Yeah, whatever works in your head, Snipsky.
Yeah. Yeah, I think differently, I guess.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're going to highlight 5 primetime games throughout the week coming up. The rules are you have to give a pick for every game. Doesn't have to be a side. It could be a total, but you have to give at least one pick. You can't give more. All right. And then standings will be based off win percentage, right? So some of us might have more picks or less picks than others. So we'll go by win percentage. All right. So we got a game Tuesday night, October 18th. It's a good one. It's a battle of the undefeated right now. It's the Las Vegas Golden Knights heading north of the border to face the Calgary Flames up at the Saddle Dome. Big time matchup in the Western Conference here, boys, early in the season. Vegas at Calgary. What's your boys' thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. Bruce Cassidy has the Knights rolling right now, like we projected. Good coach, but dude, the Calgary Flames just look so dominant.
So
dude,
good.
they got so much better, bro. Like after Kadri and Kachuk dipped, everyone was like, "Oh, they're dead." Like the Oilers like killed them. Like they're not gonna be a good team anymore. Blah blah blah. Dude, when they got Huberdeau and like all this stuff, like
Uyghur.
Uyghur, dude. Like they just got so much better somehow. Like it's crazy, and like it's really just like if Markstrom's gonna take that extra step this year and like and actually like perform in the playoffs and stuff like that. But like right now, man, they look like dangerous. So for this game, I'd probably just go Flames money line, just because I just think they're just like they're gonna start so hot. They're gonna be one of those teams that's gonna start like 8-2 or something like that, like 9-1, 10. It could be 10-0 to start. You know what I mean? Because there's always that one team that just starts like almost undefeated the first couple of games.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm right there with you, Bob. I'm hopping in your hole here. I'm going Calgary Flames money line too. Just I said it last pod. Flames are my pick to win the cup preseason. Honestly, like you said, Bob, like a lot of people, like once Johnny Hockey left and Kachuk, everyone's like, oh, the Flames are done, right? Edmonton killed them with their embarrassing performance in the playoffs last year. I was one of those guys because I was big on Calgary last year, and I was like, fuck them, dude. They screwed me in the playoffs. But before the season started and I was doing my research and I'm looking at their roster from top to bottom, I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
This lineup is so deep. And they just roll 4 lines heavy each night, top to bottom can play. I think the Flames are an absolute wagon. Vegas is off to a hot start. They're looking like they're going to be a wagon too. But Flames at home in the Saddle Dome, I'm taking them.
Yeah,
like
especially
you said,
in Calgary.
They could go on like a 10-game streak to start the season.
Yeah, like they're that good. Like especially at the Saddle Dome, like you said, like in Calgary, dude, that's gonna be jumping in there.
Yeah, Flames. I'm going Flames. Snipsky, the consensus? Are you fading the boys?
This one's tough because I think Vegas is due to lose because they're on a 5-game. They haven't lost yet, even preseason. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna go consensus with the boys. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game, so I'm gonna go Calgary money line.
You hopping on the under too, or just
money line? What'd you say?
You hopping on the under too, or just money line?
That's bold if you do.
What, the under?
Snipsky said it was gonna be low scoring. I didn't know if he wanted the under.
You know what? Screw it. I'll take the under.
Take the under, all right.
I don't know what the under is, but it's probably like 6.
Yeah, it's probably
I bet it's gonna be pretty high. Flames have been putting up a lot of goals.
Yeah, it might be a push though. I can see it being like a 4-2 game, and it's like.
Well, if you take the under, you hit. If it's 7, right? If it hits.
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be 7. It might be 6. I can see it being like.
I'd say 6 or 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be 7. 7's like a little too high.
Bruce loves to keep it low, keep the scoring low, but we'll see. I'll take the. I'm definitely going with the Flames though,
because I think from what I saw, I think every game the Knights have played has been like kind of high scoring now, from what I've seen.
Yeah. There was like a 5-4 OT right against, or no, they won with like 30 seconds left against.
They won 5-2 against the Kraken. Obviously, that's gonna hit the over. And
I have their team stats right here. So Calgary goals 4.5 a game, and goals against is 3, and then Vegas is 2.5, 4, and 1.5 against. So it's like polar opposites, honestly.
Different styles, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Vegas wants to keep it low scoring.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold off the Flames.
Yeah,
dude, the Flames looked fucking immaculate the first couple of games, and they're putting up some points.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like everyone's gonna be betting the over, so like who knows?
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, looks like it's a Flames consensus from the boys. So that's Tuesday night. We're all going Flames over the Knights. All right, Wednesday night, we got another battle of the undefeated, and this one's a little surprising. It's the Philadelphia Flyers heading to Florida to take on the Panthers. This one will be on TNT on Wednesday night. Two undefeated teams. I don't think any of us saw the Flyers starting 2-0 to start the season.
No.
Yeah, I got burned by them the other night. I took I think it was they played New Jersey, right? The Devils. They took the
Yeah.
I took they were at away. Philly was home and New Jersey was away. I was like, I'll take the puck line for the Devils, and they ended up getting smoked. I was like,
Yeah, it was
I
5-2.
got smoked. I was like, are you serious? But I ended up taking the Wings that night too. I think or that was the next night. Wings did me good though.
What are you boys thinking? Philly or Panthers? Can Philly hang?
I mean, the way they've been playing, they're just like a structured team, like Tortorella effect. He just came in and just just boot camp style, just drilled whatever the hell he like wanted to in their heads. Like the way they've been playing. I mean, there's a couple like plays that I saw where like they weren't really disciplined in their D zone, like they weren't covering the slot or whatever, and all that stuff like led to a couple goals. Like they're kind of undisciplined in a sense, but they're just like learning like a new like play style. But I think the Panthers are probably gonna win that game just off of that like the undisciplines like that I've seen in a couple of games for the Flyers, especially last night. But I think the Panthers gonna win off of just solely just like they're the better team, in my opinion. But
oh, I know my answer to this one: Panthers, puck line, Jesus, let's go. There's no doubt in my mind. Flyers are getting lucky. They run into some teams that aren't all ready to play yet. Like they caught the Devils off guard the other night. Flyers are due. Panthers all day.
The Panthers are just a better team on paper for sure. I just think Philly's riding a high right now with Torts behind the bench. I think it's going to fizzle out at some point, but I'm going to go Flyers puck line, so +1.5. So they can lose by 1 and still cover. I think they keep it close. Maybe it goes to OT or something. National televised game too on TNT. They're going to be fired up. They could easily get blown out though, but I'm going to go Flyers with the puck line, keeping it close.
I like that pick. That I was thinking about doing that too, but I don't know. Like you never know what the Panthers do. They can just absolutely just pop off and just.
Yeah, this could be 6-1. Like it could be ugly.
Because Carter Hart's kind of shaky. I've seen
he's been playing well though.
But the first period last night.
Get shelled.
Yeah, because when I was watching last night, the first period he looked shaky. He let up 2 shaky goals or whatever. Like he just inconsistent. So I can't really trust the whole Panthers right now. I mean, not Panthers, the Flyers. I mean, because obviously I said, the Carter Hart thing, he's kind of inconsistent, and I've seen they had a couple defensive breakdowns, but it was the Canucks. The Canucks they are a good high power team, but the thing is about the Panthers, if you let up any room in the slot or anything, they're just gonna they're burying it. You know what I mean? That's a team you cannot have any mental lapses against.
Spencer Knight has one star, 1 win with a 3 goals against, .889 save percentage. They need Bobrovsky in that because he has a 1 win, 1.01 goals against with that one game he's played. But looks like he's the guy.
Yeah,
970.
We'll see. They'll ride that. That's a good tandem they got going. They'll ride that, but we'll see come playoff time.
Spencer Knight had a 6 save the other night too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but that was early save of the year candidate. All right, so you boys are on. Bob's got Panthers money line, right?
Yeah.
Nipsky's going puck line.
Yeah, puck line.
And I'm going Flyers puck line. All right, moving on. Thursday night. We've talked about a couple of teams who are undefeated battling out. Now we got a couple of teams who are winless. Battle of the winless here. It's the Vancouver Canucks heading to Minnesota to take on the Wild. Nucks, Wild. Both teams desperate for a win right now. What do you boys think about this one?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn in between the two because I like the Nucks a lot. I like their team on paper. They're 6-on-5 last night. They're when they're man up, it's immaculate how they move the puck. Elias Pettersson has an absolute missile. Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, Quinn Hughes, quarterback, and they're just such a good power play team and all that. So if the Wild stay out of the box tomorrow, or no, this is Thursday, my bad. If they stay out of the box, they'll be successful and they'll keep it close. But it's just the goaltending, dude. Flower has not looked good. he's been getting lit up. So,
Oh, I got some stats.
Ugly.
but so like the thing is, man, like if the Wild stay out of the box, it would be close and it would be a kind of a toss up. But if the Wild can't stay out of the box, I think it's gonna be Canucks. Canucks are gonna take that and they might puck line them. I'll do Nux puck line.
Nux puck
Oh,
line.
all
Let's
right.
go.
Yeah, this is
On the road.
some crazy stuff right here. So what is it? Minnesota's goals for a game 4.5, and their goals against is 7.
7.
Seven.
So bad.
7. And well, honestly, Vancouver's not that great either. 2.5, 4, and 4 against. So I might not even pick this game. I think I might just take the over. Like,
That's what I'm doing, Snipsky.
Yeah, that's because like no one can stop fucking a beach ball in there, and you got Fleury out here with obviously started 1 game loss and 8.37 goals against.
Yeah.
A 776, 1776, like salute to the troops.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then like a fucking 4, and then Gustafson in that 1 star 4.5, 4.7, 850. Like, but Demko's he has a better 2. Like he's played more, so two goals against, 873 save percentage. They're not gonna have anybody in net, so I'm just gonna take the over. I hope both teams have fun though.
Yeah, that's my
Sportsmanship
thoughts
line.
exactly on this. Both these teams are desperate, so I think it is going to be a battle, but Minnesota hasn't played any fucking defense, and their goaltending's been atrocious. Vancouver's got some firepower up front. They can score, and I think Minnesota can match it. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, like 4-3, 5-4. I'm going over here. Give me goals and a lot of fun, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, just sportsmanship line, hammer it.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have fun out there.
Right.
All right, couple more games, and we'll wrap up. Friday night, we got the Battle of Florida, rematch from the playoffs last year. Tampa Bay Lightning heading to Florida. Where do the Panthers play out of? It's off the tip of my tongue.
Sunrise?
Sunrise, yep, Sunrise. Heading to Sunrise, take on the Panthers. Battle of Florida, Lightning Panthers. What do we think, boys?
You can go first, Vinny.
This is gonna be like, obviously it's kind of far out both teams play, but I'm gonna ride with my Lightning here. You know, I'm just taking money line. I'm sure, who knows, they could be underdogs to this game because like Panthers are a solid team. So I would take that. I obviously love Vasilevsky in that a lot more than Bobrovsky. They kind of have one of those, like, you have two okay goalies. You really don't have one like a quarterback. But like, you got Vasilevsky for the Lightning. He's gonna stand on his head. He's gonna have a huge year. So yeah, I'm gonna take Lightning money line.
All right. Yeah. This is a game I'll probably take the under on because I feel like both these teams are, because the Panthers got a new head coach, Paul Maurice, and I think Paul Maurice is gonna have them play more of a defensive game and try to match the Lightning's gameplay. And the Lightning haven't really been as a juggernaut out of the gate, like I projected. Like I knew they weren't going to start off the season as hot as because what are they 1-2, like not really putting in any goals. So and Vasilevsky's got to shut the door. This is going to be like one of those. It's going to be like a playoff atmosphere game where it's going to be low scoring, in my opinion. I think I'll take the under on this.
Bob's going under. It's so early in the season. I know Lightning don't look like themselves right now. They're slow out of the gates for sure. I think they're 1-2 at the moment. Panthers have looked really good, but I'm going to go based on history for this matchup. Tampa owns Florida.
Yeah, they own them.
Battle of Florida.
Yeah.
They own them. They swept them last year. It wasn't even close. And I think it's a get right spot for the Lightning. I think it's a good time for them to they're a little slow right now. Everyone's probably, whispering, oh, the Lightning, good this year. Are they not good? No, this is going to be a statement game. I think Lightning big here. Give me the Lightning in the Battle of Florida. I'm just going to go Lightning money line, play it safe.
There you go.
Yeah, it could be plus money too. So
yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah, they might be dogs.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should be.
Because Panthers are probably going to be a little overrated.
I think the Lightning have been dogs like so far. Like they're underdogs against the Rangers, and they did lose, and then they were dogs the other night too. Like every time I see them, they're plus money. They're definitely gonna be plus money.
They've had some tough matchups. They haven't played anyone easy.
Yeah.
Stammer's on fire right now. He's got 4 goals in 3 games. Stammer time. He's lighting it up.
I know Vazzy should get the start, but we don't want Brian Elliott in there. One
No,
game,
no.
5 goals against. Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah, we
know
don't-
why. Like,
He's even there.
yeah, I don't even know why they would put him in. I mean, yeah, you need to give Vasi a break, but like, dude, at the beginning of the year, you got to ride the hot hand, or at least get like, you know what I mean, put your best guy out there, get your feet wet.
Yeah, so this has to be Vasi. There's no way
Oh.
they can roll out Brian Elliott.
Yeah, dude, Battle of Florida. There's no chance you're rolling out Elliott.
No way.
No shot.
All right, one more game on our slate for this week. They'll wrap up our gambling corner. It's Sunday afternoon, 5:00. This game will be on ESPN. Most people will probably be watching Sunday football, but we'll be watching this one. It's the Anaheim Ducks going to Detroit to take on the Red Wings. Ducks, Wings, boys. What do we think here?
No brainer. I got to go with my Wings. I got them projected to maybe even win the Atlantic this year. I know it's a bold pick, but they started off 2-0. They look real good. They look real good. And the Ducks, I don't know, like they're such a young core. They I don't think they're going to be able to match up with the Wings. The Wings, they have like a lot of veterans on their squad. Perron, Andrew Kopp, the list can go on, and then the younger guys are already like playing like veterans, like Mo Sider, Lucas Raymond looks real good. Like there's so many, like Kubelik's look good, and they have Vili Husso and all that. So I don't know. I don't think the Ducks are able to beat them or even like be on the ice with them, in my opinion.
Yeah, Vili Husso the other night, stud. Shutsky.
He's a beast,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's what I talked about.
I
in the
fucking
episode.
love the Wings, dude. Let's go.
I was watching that game. I bet on it. Took the puck line 3-0. They beat Montreal. Easy money. Thank you. Yeah, they legit get so many shots on net. The Wings, like they were blistering the goaltender in Montreal. Oh, Jake Allen played on his head till like the third period. But yeah, I feel like if we get, I want to bet the Wings, but I feel like we're all gonna be on the Wings. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with Ducks puck line. They'll definitely be on the
Reverse puck line.
yeah,
right?
reverse puck.
Right.
That's what I mean.
All right.
Well, if you're taking their puck line, they're gonna be
Plus,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna be plus. Their
Yeah.
Wings are gonna be favoring that game. You know what? No, I'll change. I'm gonna go Wings money line because I don't think they'll puck line them.
All right.
Snitsky with the little flip flop
Yeah,
on the Ducks, back to the
the
Wings.
gears are turning.
Yeah, this is
Indecisive over here.
this is a consensus for the boys. We're all big on the Wings in the preseason. They've came out firing out the gates. They look great. There's just a different feel in Detroit right now. I saw like a video of them doing the octopus pregame. Like I know that's been tradition, but like the place is just rocking, and it's
Yeah.
like second game of the year, and like people are going nuts, dude. Like there's just a different feel, a lot more expectations for the Wings this year. Anaheim's going the complete opposite direction. They're like hopeful, like think they're going to be good, but they're just not because they're so young, and your young talent can only take you so far. So I'm going Wings money line. I'm doubling down. I'm going puck line too. I think the Wings just come out blazing and then buried the Ducks early. The Ducks just lost like 7-1 to the Islanders.
Yeah. I was about to say
The Islanders honestly are
Got
going to be like a good
rinsed.
team though.
Yeah, no, they will. But I mean, like Ducks getting rinsed. I
Yeah.
think Wings are better than the Islanders. Could be
Oh,
a
yeah.
rat game. It's a Sunday afternoon. Could be a rat. But I like the Wings here.
Yeah,
Chances are the young guns in Anaheim are out boozing on Saturday, hungover for this one, and the Wings
Yeah.
are ready to go.
Yo, but Zegras is on the cover. Doesn't that count for something?
That's a curse. All right, so there you go. There are our picks for this week. See if some of us can make some moves in the Evander Kane standings. Plenty of time to catch up, but it's always good to get off to a hot start.
Evander Kane's my hero.
He's my dad.
All right, well, why don't we move into our next segment, get into a little hockey talk, and we have to start with none other than a little Quincy College recap. So, yeah, we'll stay positive here. Quincy College, granted, 0-2 to start the season, but losses to two very solid teams, in my opinion, UNH and Babson. Babson game, we hung right there. It was a close one. It was a battle. I was not there for UNH. I was at the hospital that night. Thank God I didn't go. I was debating to go to that game so bad. I'm like, no, I can go up to UNH and be back in time. Like, I'll be good. And then Bailey was like, "Oh, I think I've been having contractions all day." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can't go." I was like, the last thing I need to happen is I'm stuck out in UNH, riding on the bus back, and she's like in labor. So
After like a dismantling loss too.
yeah, I avoided a complete disaster. I wanted to go so bad. It was first game of the year.
Yeah.
I wanted to make the trek, but thank God I didn't, because that would have been a disaster, dude. I would have been a mess. Like, get me the fuck home. Like, you guys didn't get home till like 1:30, right?
Yeah, I didn't get to bed. My head didn't hit the pillow till like 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, and she was born at 5, so good thing I didn't go.
Yeah.
All-nighter.
Yeah, but yeah, it's two tough games against two tough opponents. Bob, you saw UNH. I wasn't there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, UNH was a good team. We went out there and was physical right away, and that's how our team is. We just go out there and just like physical. It just like you know how it is. Like, cause we're like one of those, we're an unsung team. Like everyone just thinks like, oh yeah, Quincy College. Like who are they? So we go out there, we make a statement. We've made statements for sure. Like we were with them the first 2 periods. It was 4-3 UNH going into the third, and then we just kind of fell apart. Weren't ready to play a full 60 yet. D zone coverage wasn't great. Whatever. Let up a quick 5 in the third. Lost 9-3. And then Babson the other night, home opener. The Quincy was jumping. Shout out to everyone that came out. I appreciate the support. Yeah. Everyone loved it. Like the boys were buzzing in the locker room and on the ice. It was a great experience. But Babson, defending national champions. We were with them the whole game. We only lost 5-2. It was like 3-2, 4-2, like pretty much the whole game. Absolute bloodbath of a game though. Oh. There was a lot of big hits. I was on the bad end of one of the hits. Helmet flew off.
I was gonna say, Bob, I don't know if you want the video leaked, but we might have to post it.
That's what I was about to say.
No, I'm leaking. No, I'm leaking it. No, I'll post it. It's a good, like, I mean, it was a good hit. I mean, it was low key like a headhunt, but whatever. It's hockey. It's a physical game. You got to own it. You got to embrace it. I mean, I knocked some kid's helmet off right after. It was an eye for an eye, but yeah, it was a hell of a game. Like just fast pace, big hits all over the place. Like every time we scored, it was like the whole roof blew off. Like it was just like it was such a great experience, man. Like I can't wait for the other home games and everything. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that home opener was electric, dude. Electric. Just from a coaching standpoint, just being on the bench watching it, it was awesome to see. You had these like 10, 11, 12-year-old kids in the stands just absolutely chirping the shit out of Babson the entire game. It was unreal.
Yeah, dude, you can't do that. Like, dude, they were doing everything. Every single chirp you can think of, they were bringing it. The ref had to tell them to be quiet.
Yeah,
dude, the ref was like, dude, and then like they got in the Babson kids' head so bad. There was like Babson players like yelling at like 10-year-olds. They were like, oh yeah, well, yelling at them in the stands. We're like, dude, relax. These kids are legit like 10 years old. They're just trying to have fun. Like,
I know. I was like, you guys don't have to do any of the chirping, dude. They're doing it all for you guys.
Yeah, it was unreal, dude. Honestly, it was like it was such a great atmosphere.
It was, yeah. So you had these little Quincy rink rats just going at it with the Babson players, just causing havoc. Good turnout for the first game. Yeah, it was awesome. It was everything I hoped for and more. Even though we're 0-2, I'd say vibes are still high right now, for sure. Those 2 competitive games. A lot of us, haven't played competitive hockey in a long time, so we're getting used to that again. And this is big boy hockey.
Yeah.
Like, for the people who want to say, like, oh, club hockey, like, that you got to come out and see for yourself. It's big boy hockey. Like, part of me is like, like, throughout all the practices, like, going to the first game, part of me is like, damn, I wish I was playing. And then I saw that Babson game. I'm like, thank God I'm not fucking playing, dude. Because it is a absolute war zone out there, dude. People just getting, annihilated left and right. Very fast paced. It's quick. And there's some legit skill out there. Like, it's not like beer league hour whatsoever. It's not even close. It's quick. It's physical. Physical's an understatement. It's like you're not coming out of there without at least a couple bumps and bruises, if not anything worse than that.
Yeah, dude. So after the game, we're all in the locker room. We like whatever. Like I do my post game speech or whatever. Like because I was like we saw some positives. Like there was some positives there.
Yeah, for sure.
Also some negatives and everything, but overall, whatever, making improvements. And dude, we're sitting there in the locker room, bro. Everyone's like, I'm dead, dude. Like I got decapitated. I got leg checked, dude. I'm in the corner, like fuck. And the trainer comes in and goes, "Who needs ice?" And then like eight
Everyone.
people like
Yeah.
fucking raise their hands like, "Yep." And then whatever, like threw me. I had one bag of ice on my head, one on my thigh, like because I got a leg check. I can still. I'm like limping around right now. Like I limped into Hedge Better today. But man, it's like Coco said, like it's big boy hockey. It's entertaining hockey to watch for sure because you get to see some people get absolutely blown up. Some skill, nice goals and everything. Like it's like legit hockey. It's fun. It's you guys like you got to come out and see it to see it for yourself.
Yeah, really. It's something you just got to experience for yourself. And when Juice scored that power play goal, 1T in the slot to tie the game, dude, the place literally erupted.
Yeah.
Like it was unbelievable.
I was screaming like a little girl on the bench. I was like, let's go, let's go.
Right? Like, picture your high school hockey. It's like that times 10, dude. Like everyone was fired up from the minute the puck dropped until the final buzzer. It was great to see. Like I said, 2 tough opponents to start the year, but we're getting into a groove. We got Mass Maritime coming up, then Nichols, Mass Maritime again, and Mass Maritime's no slouches either.
They're nasty, dude.
Like,
dude, they've been like, I think they've pumped every single team they've played.
Yeah, it's gonna be another tough battle. Like in the division's no joke. Like this division is tough.
Everyone obviously in our division's made it to the Nationals. Like it's like UNH was at Nationals last year. Obviously, Babson won it. Maritime was there.
Maritime's been there.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 teams in our division that have made it to the Nationals.
Yeah, a lot of good programs in the league. So, well, we'll keep you guys posted. No game this week, which I think plays in our favor because I think the boys need a recovery week.
I need a week, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely need a week.
They'll be back at it the following Friday. I'm not sure the date, but that will be another home game against Mass Maritime. So we hope to see some of you guys out there for that.
Yep.
All right, why don't we do a little NHL recap from the last week? Let's start with some teams who are hot right now, starting off hot. We have a handful of undefeated teams that remain throughout the first week. And we got to start with the biggest one. It's the Boston Bruins, which none of us saw coming. Hand up, I'll own it. I wrote this team off before the puck even dropped.
I did too. I'll admit it.
But the Boston Bruins are 2-0 and tied for first in the Atlantic Division. They had wins at Washington and then at home against the Yotes, which they've beaten the Yotes now 19 straight times.
Yeah, because
I saw that stat. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, the Yotes fucking suck, dude. Yeah, so
they suck, and they've sucked for such a long time.
Yeah, dude. So my whole thing on the Bruins right now. So like, they beat a depleted Caps team. They had like Oshie wasn't in.
Wilson,
like there wasn't a lot of people playing. So yeah, I mean 2-0 is great, but like again, like we played a depleted Caps team that we probably should have won. I beat or whatever, and then the Yotes are just awful. Dude, like we were all over them. Dude, like the first period was like, it looked like they were playing a beer league team, dude. Like this Yotes team was just so lost and out to lunch, like in the defensive zone. They had no, like the centers weren't low enough. The wingers weren't high enough. Like they were running all around. And
they looked like Quincy College in the D zone.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, 100%. Great comparison. I didn't want to say it. So, but fucking yeah, but like that's like the competition we played the first 2 games, and like when it comes to us actually playing against like these full tilt teams, like you got the Lightning, Panthers, like Wings, like the Wings gonna be a bitch to play against. We haven't beat the Wings in like 2 years, even like before how they got good, but like we actually got to get tested as a team, because like the way Jim Montgomery is like setting up the offense and stuff like that, he wants the D to jump up more in the rush, which is going to lead to odd man rushes going the other way. And if we're doing that against like the Panthers, the Lightning, like all those good teams, like the Wings and all them, it's not going to be good.
Those teams are going to capitalize on those mistakes
because there's no high guy. Like we the first game, I think it was the first game against the Caps. There was like every forward, there wasn't really a high forward. Like no one was high in the slot. There was like 3 guys below the goal line, 1 in front of the net, 2 below the goal line, and then you got the D back.
Yeah.
So it's risky play, but it's high risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's definitely been a favorable schedule for the Bruins to start. And it's honestly like that for the first month. I was just looking at their schedule. They have it pretty easy for the first month, which really plays in their favor because they got some big name guys out that should be back in a month or so. So I think they'll be able to tread water for the first month, and then we'll really see what they're made of after that.
Yeah.
But they're 2-0, and they blew 3-goal leads in both those games. They could
Yeah.
easily be 0-2.
Yeah.
They were up 3-0 against the Caps early, blew that, and then they were up 3-0 against the Yotes, and they blew that too. And I was like, oh, here we go, like same old Bruins. But they end up finding a way to win. AJ Greer, the BU kid,
Yeah.
is electric.
He looks legit.
I like him a lot. I mean, he was a surprise out of camp in preseason. Like in preseason, he's just scrapping every game. Like the guy just wants it. He wanted to make the team so bad. He earned that spot, and he's looked really good. 2 goals last night. So far, our bottom 6 have been chipping in. Some guys I've called out numerous times.
Foligno looked good, dude.
Foligno, Charlie Coyle, they're chipping in. They scored goals last night. So we'll see. But these guys tend to come and go. You know, they'll be playing great, and then all of a sudden they just dwindle off, and they're like fucking nowhere to be found. They're MIA for like a month.
Yeah, it's like, dude. So, like, I agree with that. If we tread water enough, like good enough until we get like McAvoy, Marchand, Grizzly, I guess, back.
Yeah. I think Carlo just went down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone expected that.
Yeah.
Like he literally he's always hurt, but
he is.
Well, if we get those key guys back, like, and when we tread water and we have like a decent record or whatever, because that easy schedule you mentioned, like, yeah, like we'll be a playoff team, but I don't think we're gonna really like surprise many people. I think we're gonna be like the same as last year, like sneak into the first round and then get a shit draw. Because it's really about just your seeding, dude. Because you never know, we might get like the Lightning or like. I don't know, like
Panthers.
Like the Canes look good again.
Canes, yeah.
The East is stacked, dude.
Right, yeah. So I mean, you know, Bruins fans, they're all excited right now. 2-0 start. I think we're a little more realistic. I mean, I said Bruins weren't going to make the playoffs before the season started. Maybe they will.
There's a little scratch and claw to like the finish line.
But again, it's not like. Oh, you know, this team could win a cup. Like, no, I don't think they have a shot in hell at, you know, making it.
We're not really deep enough.
I'd be shocked they make it past the first round. No way they're making it farther than that. Yeah. But I still don't even think they're getting in the playoffs. So we'll see.
There's so much hockey left, so we'll see.
What has been fun to see is that check line. That check line looks really good. Zacha, Krejci, and Pasta. The chemistry between Krejci and Pasta is just like unbelievable. And it just like shows how much of friends they are, that they just like have this like instant chemistry right off the bat.
Yeah. But the thing is about like Krejci last night, he just was throwing pucks. Like you can tell like his age is kind of getting to him to like I don't know if it was just jitters, like home opener jitters. But dude, there was like so many times on the power play where like he would get the puck at the half wall and just throw it and not even look, and it would just get picked off, or like he would just do something ridiculous or whatever, and whatever. I don't know if it was home opener jitters or whatever, because he looked good in the preseason, but I don't know. But yeah, I agree. Like the check line did look pretty solid. Zacha scored our first goal or whatever. Right place, right time. I was really skeptical about the whole Zacha trade, because like Hall is a pretty good forward, but
yeah. I liked what I saw from Holla.
But
high slot Holla.
Yeah, and then Pasta's just Pasta. So it's good. It's good to know that like Don Sweeney finally made a fucking move that actually made sense and is actually like working so far. Yeah. It's been 2 games. You never know. Zacha might disappear too, like everyone else does in the regular season. But so far, so good.
Yeah. All I gotta say is, you know, job well done, 2-0. But Bruins fans might want to pump the brakes a little bit until we face a superior opponent.
Yeah, someone that actually like is good and has like a full roster, like full healthy roster. Yeah.
So, you know, we'll have to wait and see for that. All right, another team undefeated. We talked about them. We were big on them. Detroit Red Wings, 2-0, tied for first in the Atlantic. The Yzer plan is in full effect.
Oh yeah, baby.
What's your thoughts on the Wings so far, Bob?
I just love the way they play, man. They just have they have like veteran presence now with David Perron and Andrew Kopp and Lucas Raymond's looked real good. Tyler Pertuzzi, Kubalik like scored last night. So like that's a good surprise. He was always a good player on the Blackhawks. He just needed to find his groove. Mo Sider's just an absolute stud. Ville Husso, like. Man, like this team, they're gonna make a run this year. Like they're gonna surprise a lot of people. I think they're definitely gonna be a playoff team. If they like, I know it's early, but from what I saw last year and like the developing of all these players and the additions they had in the offseason, they're built to make a run.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think Detroit's real deal. I mean, look at them last year. They really weren't bad at all.
Yeah,
Like they were a scrappy team, like not a team you're just gonna waltz in and just, get 2 points. Like you got to go in and earn it against them. And then this year, they're just so much deeper. They just got so much more depth. You named a couple of guys: Perron, Kubalik, Kopp. They added that veteran talent to mix with the young core, which I think they have probably the best young core in the NHL right now between Seider and Raymond. I mean, they should have been 2 called their finalists. Raymond got snubbed, but you add the veterans with that. You add a goaltender who's been real solid, Ville Husso, Shutsky in his first start.
Oh, and Dylan Larkin too. We kind of overshadowed the captain.
Right? Yeah. No, we haven't even mentioned the captain.
That's how deep
Dylan
they are,
Larkin.
everyone. That's how deep they are. We just overlooked the captain.
Personally, one of my favorite players to watch. He's just so fast and so gritty, physical, not afraid to get in the corners. Make those plays. The Wings are back, 100%.
Oh,
Hockey's back in Detroit. Football, not so much. So yeah, they can just scratch the football season and just focus strictly on hockey right now because it's all Red Wings in Detroit. If you're walking around Detroit, everyone's rocking Red Wings gear.
Oh, I bet they are. If I'm excited because I always liked the Detroit Red Wings just because Pavel Datsyuk, Nick Lidstrom, what I like that growing up that dynasty and everything.
Classy organization.
Yeah, exactly. You can't hate on the Detroit Red Wings.
No, you can't. It's just they have the history behind them, right? Original 6.
Yep.
And just a lot of championships in that franchise. So yeah, it's like you just got to tip your cap and respect it. I don't see how you can hate on the Red Wings unless you're a fan of one of their division rivals. But as a Bruins fan, I'm like, hey, hats off to you. You guys have been dominant for a long time and weren't so good for a bit, but they're back.
Yeah, all hats off to CVY.
Yep.
The fucking architect.
Best GM in the league, man. The guys are playing.
Yep.
All right. Another undefeated team. There's a handful. The Florida Panthers, we talked about them a little bit earlier. They're off to a 2-0 start. Matty Tkachuk already making his presence felt early in this division. I don't know if you saw their game against Buffalo. It got real chippy real quick. A little scrappy at the end of the game there. And, this is going to be, I think, a new rivalry up and coming, Panthers and Sabres. Sabres are on the up and coming. They're going to battle night in, night out. It's typical, but Tuck and Tkachuk were going at it and had some comments to say to each other in a post-game interview. 2 stars on their teams. I think this is just stuff you love to see.
Yeah, man. You always love to see it. Tkachuk's always stirring it up. Even last year, he was with Drew Doughty and shit. That was hilarious. But yeah, you love to see that in hockey. Hockey is just such a physical sport. Tempers flare, man. And the Panthers, yeah, we said it as a podcast. They it's the same thing with the Flames, man. They both teams just got way better. Because the Panthers needed grit. That's what they were missing. They needed that one guy just to go in there and have some tenacity in the lineup and stir the drink a little bit. So yeah. Panthers are real deal. That's another team the Bruins are gonna have to worry about. When they finally play a team. But I'll touch on the Sabres a little bit too. They're kind of like the Red Wings last year. They have some guys that came in, some veteran guys that came in. Have a young core, whatever, and all they're doing is just developing and just trying to get to that next step. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, this Panthers-Sabres rivalry that's kind of brewing is going to be fun to watch. The Panthers, I've felt bad for them, honestly, for a while because they've just been so bad and weren't getting any better. But last year, at the end of the season, you finally started to see it, and then expectations were different for them this year. Alex Tuck, big part of that culture change in Buffalo, and I love that he's sticking up to Tkachuk because Tkachuk is he's a player. Everyone knows his style. He's going to get under your skin. He's not dirty, but he's not afraid to get in your face.
Yeah.
And to see Tuck just kind of stand up for his team and be like, hey, fuck this guy. Like you love to see that. That's a true leader. I think Tuck should get the C in Buffalo at some point. If you ask me.
Okpozo's got it. They gave it to Okpozo.
Yeah, he's a veteran. I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna be playing too much longer, but I
Yeah.
think Tuck is next in line.
Yeah, I think Tuck's got the A though. I think it was
He has to.
It's I think it's Okpozo has a C. Darlene has an A.
Yeah,
and I think Tuck has an A. Dude, that's kind of weird though, because I think we kind of called that, but
I know.
But we said we didn't think Okpozo was gonna get it.
No, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
he's definitely a voice in the locker room. He's like, his presence isn't so much on the ice. I think more the locker room guy.
Yeah, I think Gergensen got the third A though, because he's been on the Sabres for a while.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys the Sabres drafted and then have just like hung around, and they've just like
he isn't bad.
Kind of bottomed out into like, very average or like to above average players.
Yeah.
Flipping here to the Panthers, they look like a completely different team.
Yeah. It's the grit, dude. It's the grit.
It's a lot more grit. That's probably thanks to Matt Tkachuk. That's why they went out and got him and dished, their cornerstone guy for him. And seems like there's just an emphasis on defense early on. It just looks like they're not playing that run and gun style where they try and run it up on you. So I think they've changed their game plan. It's only 2 games in. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, Paul Maurice.
It looks like they have. They've made the adjustments. And oh my God, Spencer Knight, save of the year candidate already.
Yeah, dude, that puck
save
movement
on Skinner was. Yeah, the puck movement was unbelievable.
Yeah, the puck movement was incredible. Like that whole entire play was insane.
Yeah, Tage Thompson cuts middle, dishes it backhand, backdoor to Skinner, wide open.
Yeah,
Spencer
flashes
Knight
the leather.
Brawls like post to post and just says, "Nope, give me that." Nasty save.
Yeah, man. Like there's Jake Allen had a couple good ones too.
That was a 1-goal game too.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game, dude. Like even Jake Allen has a couple good saves you can put in there too. But like that Spencer Knight save was insane. Like he literally sprawled like dead to rights and just flashed it. But
that was big time.
Yeah, big time save. Definitely a candidate for save of the year. So already, and it's only been like a week.
I know it's early. All right, there's a lot of undefeated teams. We'll kind of get through some of these quickly. Pittsburgh Penguins 2-0, tied for first in the Metropolitan Division. They had 6-2 wins over the Yotes and Tampa Bay Lightning. What's your thoughts on the Pens early on?
Yeah, like during the preseason show, I think you, me, and Vinny were like kind of consensus on our thoughts for them. Like everyone, it's kind of like their last dance in a sense.
Yeah,
it's like their 100%. Last window. Like they just signed. Malkin wasn't even supposed to sign. Or whatever.
Yeah, Letang too. I thought he was gone.
Yeah, that team, that core was supposed to be kind of just dwindling out the window. But Crosby's been looking unbelievable, dude. He last year he was hurt a lot, but this year he looks like he's ready to fucking go. I think he has 3 goals already, if I'm not mistaken. And
yeah, he's got 6 points, leading the league right now.
Yeah, he's an animal, dude. I love Sidney Crosby, but. Yeah, that's the Pens. They're gonna make a huge run this year. Like I said, it's kind of their last window, their last dance. And I'm not even shocked that they're undefeated right now and putting up that many numbers already. Like the Malkin has looked good. Brian Russ has looked good. They're so deep. Because last year they could have they could have made it to the second, third round. They just ran into an up and coming Rangers team. That no one really knew about,
Yeah, and injuries to goaltending didn't help them. Yeah. They had Louis Domingue in there.
Tristan Jarry needs to stay healthy for them to even to make a run because. The Smiths isn't bad, but Jarry's the guy, and you need someone that's solid between the pipes to make a run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jarry looks real good through his first 2 starts. I think he's got a sub 2 goals allowed, 940 save percentage. He looks real good. Like you said, yeah, this is it for the Pens. They're all in. They're pushing their pot in to the middle. They're all in, trying to make another run this year. And it's just another team, like you said, they're so deep. And it's not just the big names. It's not just Sid. It's not just Gino. But it's Rusty, Gensel, Carter, Rickard Rakell, Heinen. They're deep.
The list goes on, dude. They're so deep. And their decor is nasty too. Their decor has combined 6 rings in it. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of championships in that locker room. A lot of guys who have been here have done this before. So yeah, I'm in on the Pens this year, and I'm in on them making a healthy run at a cup. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they got a shot at winning it this year for sure.
Yeah. The other team from Pennsylvania that's been a shock is the Philadelphia Flyers, 2-0. Holy shit, did I read that correctly? They got wins over New Jersey and Vancouver. You can say what you want about Torts, but he gets the most from his players. Flyers, what's going on with the Flyers? 2-0.
Yeah, they just went to boot camp over this preseason. Like, dude, like Tortorella is such a beast, dude. Like, yeah, say what you want about him. He's an asshole. Oh, he's not a personal coach. Like, he's not like this generational coach or whatever. Like, he's a different generational coach. But say what you want about him, man. He knows how to turn around a team. He knows how to get certain responses from star players or even guys that are like barely making the lineup, going out there blocking shots, like playing defense, playing their position. But I don't know, like, if this team is gonna have the depth and just like this flat out skill to even keep on doing what they're doing. I think they're gonna be one of those teams that just, yeah, they surprise you. They're gonna be tough to play against, but they're gonna lose a lot of like 1 or 2 goal games. Maybe have a couple breakdown games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because that's how like they're kind of were last year. Like, I don't know how they started last year, but like I remember them watching them last season. They were like they would win.
They actually
What do you say?
they didn't start bad last year. They were
Yeah.
like pretty decent, and then they just hit like an injury bug, and they were just like fucked for the rest of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just like the depth, man. Like that, because if you look at their roster, they don't really have like that many people. You're like, oh, like they got him. Okay, like it's not like a sneaky fourth line. You're like, oh, they got him. He's pretty good. You know.
Yeah.
Like it was just like
it's like no names on their bottom six, like
Yeah.
young guys like that are trying to prove themselves.
exactly. And like their decor is they got like 2 solid. They got Sanheim and Provorov or whatever. And but like other than that, they got like young defenseman Cam York. Like just like they got a bunch of guys that are trying to just like develop and everything. Carter Hart's inconsistent. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I think they're gonna like be like a team that'd be hard to play against, but they're not gonna sniff in playoffs. But it's a hot start for like Philly. Like I mean, like being a Philadelphia fan or a Pittsburgh fan right now, like if they like can keep together what they're doing right now and like be like a relevant team, like the nothing better than the Philly and Pittsburgh rivalry, you know.
Yeah, it's great for hockey when Philly and Pittsburgh are both, 2 of the top teams in the league and battling it out. That's an unbelievable rivalry to watch. Yeah, they're off to a hot start, and I think it's mainly due to Torts, honestly, because he's just a coach that just like kicks in the ass and gets you going. But that's only going to last for so long, and at some point in the season, like these guys are going to be like, all right, I'm fucking sick and tired of this guy screaming in my face after every shift.
Yeah, it's a mental, physical toll. Like you can only take so much, dude.
Exactly. And that's just the type of coach he is. He doesn't change his style. Like he literally gives no fucks. He doesn't care what upper management says. He doesn't care what the players think about him. He just does, like, this is his style and it is what it is. And it's why he's bounced around so much. You know what I mean? Like he'll have success here, and then all of a sudden he's on to the next assignment. Cause like either the management or the players are like, yeah, this guy, like, yeah. We've had enough of him. So it's a rebuilding year for the Flyers. Gotta like what they're seeing. I don't think Torts is the answer for the long haul, but he's the perfect coach to like, build up some of these guys. Carter Hart's been stellar between the pipes for his first 2 starts, which is huge because looking back on him, he was highly drafted, big prospect. He was supposed to be like the guy, like the goaltender in Philly, and just really hasn't panned out. He's kind of been a mental mess, but it's good to see him kind of turn around because he's got the potential. He could be an unbelievable goaltender. We'll see if he can keep it up. Konechny's off to a hot start, 3 goals. Tony D, as much as he's a rat, he's been playing great. Hazy, of course. Like I said, this won't last, but you'll love to see it if you're a Flyers fan. Definitely gives you some hope.
Yeah, like there's definitely gonna be hope for the future for sure. Because like all those guys you just mentioned, they're not old guys. You know what I mean? They got they're gonna like that's gonna be their core for the.
They got a decent core.
Yeah, like, it's just they got to build around that core and just develop. Hopefully, Cam York develops into the defenseman that everyone thinks he's gonna be. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a stud.
If Carter Hart ends up being the goaltender everyone thought he was gonna be, and just some of these young names like Philly could be real good in a few. Like I think they're kind of like the old Red Wings, where like everyone's talking about how much talent they have and like they're rebuilding. That they could be like the Red Wings in a few years. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. It's just, yeah, I agree. It's not gonna last.
This is what Philly does, though. They just go up and down. They're like really good, and then they just fall off a cliff, and they're like one of the worst teams in the league, and then they're back to being like one of the best. Like
Yeah,
it's just how it rolls in Philly. So
yeah,
they're probably used to it.
yeah. It's because like it's like inconsistencies at the in net. Like
Yeah.
ever since I've been watching like pro hockey, especially NHL, obviously it's like the Flyers will get like some guy like, oh yeah, this is the guy. Like it was like Leighton. Remember Brizgalov? That guy was a fucking nutcase.
Yeah,
No, but
he's
like
a
dude, like
sicko.
he was good for like 1 year, and then he just fucking got the bag and started talking about like space and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, being like, oh, the Earth is humongous big, but like I don't know, every single goalie they've gotten has been like a bust. And Carter
yeah,
Hart so far has been a bust, but like maybe this will be his breakout year.
yeah, could be.
Yeah, like only time could tell.
All right. Another team off to a hot start. Dallas Stars 2-0. A lot of people wrote off the Stars coming into this year and didn't see them as a legit contender. They kind of snuck in the playoffs last year, almost upset in the first round. But they've beaten Nashville twice. They beat them 4-1 and 5-1 back to back. Are the Stars aligning in Dallas?
Yeah, I liked them even like in the preseason. I like the way they played and everything. Like me and Vinny were watching one of the preseason games, and we looked at each other like, damn, like this team like actually has like they're speedy, dude. Like they have a lot of speed, and Mason Marchman's a beast.
Yeah.
Like when I found out they got him in the offseason, I'm like, all right, that's a good pickup. And like they re-signed RoboCop. Ottinger's a beast, absolute stud. He's gonna be like their pinnacle of like their whole entire organization. He's
Yeah.
an animal. Pavelski, obviously, you got an absolute vet. He's an ageless wonder. That guy can play until he's like pretty much Brady age. Because every year, dude, he just like just the way he plays, he can play so long because he like yeah, he goes in the corners, gets in front of the net or whatever. But like the way he tips pucks and like his positioning and everything and his passing, he just so good. And obviously you got Sagan, Jamie Benn, hell of a captain. Like their decor is a little sus, but maybe Shays will get into the mix there. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, like
Hope so.
no, like they look good, man. I like the Stars. I like like I said, I liked them in the preseason, and they're in a hot start right now. I think they'll push for a playoff spot this year.
Yeah, me too. I had the Stars, as a playoff contender this year. They're in a tough division. It's not going to be easy by any means, but Jake Ottinger's an absolute brick wall.
He's a
I
stud.
mean, we saw it in the playoffs last year. A kid was on his head night after night. He's off to a hot start already. 2 goals allowed in 2 games, 1 goal allowed per game here. And I think Ottinger's just going to take this team as far as he can carry them. And then they got some guys up front who can score too. Rupe Hintz has always been on fire.
I always forget about him. He's nasty though.
Me too. I was like, dude, they still got Rupe Hintz, and he's out there burying shorthanded goals. He looks good. RoboCop just got that extension, well deservingly. That connection's been electric. Like you said, Marshman's got 3 goals early on. I like the Stars, man. I think they're good. The Ottinger in between the pipes, and then up front they can put up enough goals to be a successful team. I think Dallas is for real this year.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. Just every year they're just like a scrappy team. They're speedy and scrappy. That's what they are. Like they'll beat you with speed, and then like because they're kind of undersized. Other than like that, other than getting Marchman and like whatever, they're kind of undersized team. But like they go in the corners and they're scrappy. That's all they do.
It works. It works for them.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more undefeated teams, and I think the team off to the hottest start right now is the Vegas Golden Knights, 3-0, leading the league in points right now. And I'll admit it, I'll own it. I wrote this team off, but Bruce has the boys looking right. Things are looking good in Vegas. What have you seen from Vegas so far, Bob? I know you're big on them.
Yeah, it's like you said, Bruce Cassidy, man. He's such a good coach, man. Like that just shows like he can just go from team to team. Like, cause with the Bruins, like yeah, like we weren't like we made it to the finals once with him, and we made the playoffs 6 straight years with him. And then he ends up going to a Vegas team that didn't even make the playoffs last year. They were kind of like not a dumpster fire, but like they definitely had some patching up to do, especially in the locker room. But yeah, like Bruce Cassidy's just turned them around already. They're playing more of a defensive game. The decor is nasty. Like the Vegas decor is so nasty, and you got Eichel, Stoner, William Karlsson, Riley Smith. You got the Glizzy Gladiator, Phil Kessel. Dude, there's like, I mean, they kind of have like an aging like forward core and all that, but with Eichel, like all those supporting guys around Eichel, they're gonna be a really successful team, real scary team to play against. And yeah, there's a question mark in net, but like with like decor that good, man, you can make it far. Because like Logan Thompson's he's a promising goalie,
Yeah.
and he's looked pretty solid so far in my opinion. So dude, the Knights are they're gonna be like I think conference final. I can
Yeah,
I can see them making a conference final.
it looks like it. You know, the start that they've had, they look like they're real deal. I mean, I said their biggest weakness and the biggest question mark they had was goaltending, but both goaltenders, Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill, have looked great. You know, looks like I could have just been completely wrong about this Vegas team. I should have believed in Bruce. I think Vegas is for real this year.
We got to print those shirts.
Yeah, right.
Believe
But
in Bruce.
believe in Bruce. I mean, I was like, you know what? He was so successful with the Bruins. Can he transfer that over to a different organization? That was just my thought. But he's proved the doubters wrong. Bruce has done a great job. Vegas looks legit. I think I was dead wrong on this one.
Yeah, we'll see. So much
I'll
hockey.
own it. Yeah, sometimes you swing and miss. You just got to, get back up there and get ready to hit the next one. But yeah, like what I've seen from Vegas, I might be jumping on the Vegas bandwagon soon. I might turn a full 180 here.
There you go.
All right. Lastly, the final undefeated team so far is the Calgary Flames, 2-0. My preseason pick to win the Stanley Cup. They're off to a flaming start. They manhandled the defending Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche in the first game. I watched that game start to finish. The Avs had 10 shots on net through 2 periods. Like it was just all Calgary. They possessed the puck like, majority of the game. Avs end up getting a couple late. It ended up being 5-3. It looked a little closer than it was. But if you watch that game, you're like, holy shit. Like Colorado looked like it didn't even belong in the ice with Calgary, which is a shock. Could be Stanley Cup hangover. I still think the Avs are still really, really good. I think they can turn on like the flick of a switch, but the Flames look like an absolute wagon. And then they beat Edmonton, the Battle of Alberta last night too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Two big wins.
Yeah, the Flames, man. Like the additions with the additions of Kadri and Huberdeau and then Mackenzie Weegar made that team so much better. Like
so much better.
Huberdeau was the best passer in the league by far. He's already dishing a bunch of pucks to Lindholm, and their forward core is so good. Mangiapane, Dubé.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kadri. Yeah, Lindholm. So their decor with Mackenzie Weegar.
I think they have Blake Coleman on the fourth line.
Yeah, Blake Coleman. Yeah, and he's solid.
Yeah, right.
So the decor is so stacked too. Like Rasmus Anderson, like I said, Mackenzie Weegar, Tanev. Who am I leaving out? Who's the big Zadorov? He's a moose.
Yep.
Chillington.
Yep.
Dude, that decor is solid too. That they're definitely a top 3 decor in the league, maybe top 4. There's a lot of good decors in the league, but yeah, those 3 additions, man, made that team so much better. Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Kachuk leaving, I don't know, blah blah blah. They're not gonna have the tenacity, whatever, in the scoring. But Kadri's just as good.
Kadri makes up for that.
Yeah, he makes up for it, and it's just all about Markstrom being able to hold his own in net when it comes playoff time. But yeah, Kogo, I agree. They're a team that can definitely be realistic of being a Stanley Cup contender and maybe even winning it. Daryl Sutter's such a good coach. He's won.
Sutter, yep.
He's such a good coach, dude. He has 2 rings with the Kings. Back 10 years ago,
yep.
8 years ago, and then he's just winning pedigree, man. That's all it is. It's just the winning pedigree on that bench.
Yeah, I think just a lot of people had that vision in their head from last year in the postseason, them just getting pumped by Edmonton, and that's what everyone thinks of with the Flames heading into the year. But I think people are soon gonna see no, this is not the same Flames team. It's not. This team is so deep. I said it. They roll 4 lines heavy each night, and they just come at you, and they don't stop. They just rolling right through you. Goaltending's been solid, and they just have a different feel to them this year. They're just more dominant offensively. They're so dangerous with the additions of Huberdeau, Kadri, Uyghur, who's like an offensive defenseman, which they kind of lack. In prior years, like looking at their D, they're all just like stay at home, solid D guys. Like they didn't really have like a puck moving guy. Maybe like Noah Hannafin was probably their best one, but Uyghur now can like run the point on the power play. And I just love what I see from the Flames so far this year. I love it. I think they're for real.
Yeah, I've seen like their neutral zone play was really good too. Like that's the whole thing about the Colorado Avalanche. Like they usually just like take over the neutral zone and they just like take off like rocket ships through there, and the Flames just didn't give them any neutral zone. Like they were like just locked them down. Like the Avalanche just looked like lost. Like they looked like, wait, we can't do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah, just things they've been doing for like years. They're like, oh shit, like
exactly. Like
we have to make an adjustment.
yeah. So
it was just too late for them, honestly, at that point.
Locking down the former Stanley Cup champions or the defending Stanley Cup champions, like that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, really impressive.
And then the team that they got knocked out by last year, they were up like 3-0 on the Oilers early. Ended up being 4-3, but again, like another game, they kind of dominated.
Yeah.
So I know it's very early, but I love my Stanley Cup pick in the Flames. I said preseason. It looks good so far. Long season ahead, but we'll see if the Flames can keep on flaming.
Yep.
All right, that's all the teams who are off to a hot start. Let's go on the opposite end of the spectrum and look at teams who not so hot to start the season. And I think the biggest one is the Minnesota Wild. They're 0-2, allowed 14 goals in 2 games. Fleury has a current 12 goals allowed average. He got lit up the first game against the Rangers and then got yanked last night against the Kings. I said it was a major concern for this team, riding a veteran 37-year-old goaltender as your main netminder and then having a below-average backup was not a good idea. And this team looks kind of rattled early on. What do you think, Bob? I know you're a big Wild guy, but what's going on in Minnesota?
It's just mostly the goaltending. Yeah, you're right. Like the Flower definitely is kind of declining.
I mean, I did not expect this whatsoever.
Yeah, like that was
like
because I wasn't even watching the game.
Shock.
I wasn't even watching the game, dude. And you like text me and you're like, yeah, dude, like Flower getting pulled, and I was like, what? And I looked, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, he led like 6 or 7.
Yeah. Back-to-back nights, like, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. It's early, man. Like,
yeah, it's very early.
I don't know, like I said, like they have a good farm system and all that. So like, I don't know about how they are with the goalie in the farm systems, but like I think they're pretty good on forwards. They're deep on forwards and everything. Like the decor isn't bad. I think it's just a little stumble out of the gate, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not like time to hit the panic button or anything. But when you let up 14 goals in 2 games, it's kind of like, holy shit, what are we doing here? Like, and you can't just blame Fleury either. Like, it's a full team effort. Zuccarello said in a post-game interview after their last game, he's like, we're playing defense like a fucking junior team. And honestly, I'm looking at their decor. I don't think their decor is that good. Like their decor is Jonas Brodin, Matt Dumba, good. Alex Goligoski, kind of a fossil. He's like 37. Jake Middleton, haven't heard of him. Jared Spurgeon, solid. And then Andres Suster. I don't know who that is either. Like, just looking at that decor, there's like not many guys that stand out to me.
Yeah, most of those guys had a good year last year, but it's just, I don't know who the Schuster guy is, but
I think he's a young guy, but I don't know. Never heard of him. I don't know if he's proven. Besides Spurgeon and Dumba, which Dumba's kind of an offensive forward.
Yeah, he's not really a stay-at-home.
Spurgeon too. Spurgeon's small. Like, he's a good defender, but he's small. I think this decor is not helping out Fleury.
Yeah. It just, last year they were good though, so I don't know like what's going on this year. So I don't know, maybe it's just a stumble out of the gate.
And they can put the puck in the back of the net like anyone else. Like their offense is stacked.
Yeah,
but
their offense.
You can't be letting up 14 goals a game or 14 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, like even if your defense is a little lacking, like you got to make the saves, man. Unless their defense is that bad and they're letting up like backdoor tap-ins or something like that. Like, but
Yeah.
you got to make some saves too. It's on both like defense. Oh, I mean, it's on everyone because obviously like maybe
Yeah.
like
Forwards got to be
wingers.
back checking, picking
Yeah,
guys up and shit.
maybe wingers aren't like covering like the high slot or whatever, and then like
Yeah.
the centers aren't getting low enough. You know, like there's so many dynamics to a hockey game and a hockey team playing the defensive zone. But yeah, I mean Dean Evanson's a good coach, and Billy Guerin obviously is going to have some say in some
Billy
things.
G.
So
Yeah, I love Billy G and what he's done with this team.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a little concerning for Minnesota right now. I think they're a little bit rattled. But like you said, it's so early. They got to make some adjustments in quick. I think they play the Bruins next.
oh, that should be a good test for us.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
You know, if the Bruins are putting up 7 on you, that's bad.
yeah, yeah,
But that could be a get right game for them. Fleury Shutsky.
yeah. I know, right?
Another team that's kind of stumbled out of the gates here is the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're 0-3 after the big signing this offseason of Johnny Hockey. Expectations were high in Columbus, but I don't think this was the start they're looking for. Bob, what do you think's going wrong in Columbus?
It's just Columbus, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like you never know what you're gonna get from them, man. Like, I don't know why Johnny Gaudreau even went there. He said he had friends there and shit. I don't even know if that's even true, but I don't know. Like, their decor is like, I thought their decor wasn't like terrible, and then I saw him play last night. Zach Werenski's like the only guy.
Said he plays like 30 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's literally the
help
only
the guy out.
Merzlikins looked pretty good last night, though, from what I saw. He made some big saves and stuff, but
Did he? Yeah.
Jock Roslovic's good. Obviously, Johnny Gaudreau's good. Boone Jenner, like, he's just like kind of a grinder.
Yeah.
Patrick Laine is just like, you
know,
know,
3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, like he gets
Doesn't
hurt.
help.
Yeah, it doesn't help, and he's probably just playing like Warzone like until like 3 a.m.
Is he a big streamer?
Yeah, no, that's a whole beef between him and Tortorella.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Tortorella was like, the reason why Tortorella kind of got fired out of there is because he was just like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Like, stop playing Warzone until 3 a.m. We have a game. You know what I mean? And then Laine would show up and just be like barely skate, like he'd be like sluggish and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
fucking like half asleep.
It's just the culture over there, dude. Like
yeah.
I don't think they're like necessarily like an awful team. It's just the culture like in that organization. Like,
no,
there's no accountability.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like we said it a couple pods ago, like even Columbus was shocked that they fucking got Johnny Hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've never been a team that, you're like, oh, big things come from the Blue Jackets this year. Like, you never hear that.
No.
Goaltending definitely a problem for them. The goaltend stinks. Merzlikins and Tarasov both have goals allowed over 4 and 5 right now. Not good. I mean, it's probably a result of your defense. You said Merzlikins played pretty well the other night.
Yeah.
But defense definitely isn't helping them out. To make matters worse, after this 0-3 start, Laine's out 3 to 4 weeks. The Johnny Hockey Laine connection was kind of what they were banking on. Johnny Hockey setting up Laine for a shit ton of goals, but that's a little setback for them. I have a theory here on Johnny Hockey. I just think Johnny Hockey doesn't give a shit about winning.
He just wants money.
I just don't think he cares, honestly. Like, I think he just wanted to go to play in a market where, like, he's not going to be, like, criticized badly if he doesn't do well. And, like, coming off that huge year he had last year, I think he was kind of like, damn, I don't know if I can do that again. And everyone's going to be expecting him to, like, put up 100-plus points every year. So I think he was like, fuck it, why not just go to Columbus where, like, if we lose, no one's really going to care that much.
And just get paid a shit ton of money.
And get a ton of money, in the meantime, and just chill. And he just seems like a guy who, like, doesn't want to be bothered by, like, anyone. Like, I think he has a family. Like, he just wants to, like, chill with his family and, like, just make a shit ton of money and play hockey. Like, that's it.
It's literally such a fact, though. Like, that's a good take because literally, like, they're like, oh, why are you not going back to New Jersey to play for your hometown? He's just
going Philly,
Philly,
favorite team growing up, or even just stay in Calgary, which they offered him more money. Like,
exactly. No, but he literally said, he goes, yeah, I just didn't want to be bothered by the people that I knew from back home. Like, I didn't want to like worry about like getting them tickets and have to play in front of everyone, and deal with all that shit. So like it's literally such a fact what you said. It's just like, yeah, he just doesn't want to he just doesn't care. He just wants to go and play hockey and make a shit ton of money and not get bothered doing it.
Yeah, and honestly, Johnny Hockey's had all his success before he even got to the NHL. He was a Hobey Baker winner, won a national championship at Boston College. He's probably just like, I've done a lot already. Like,
Yeah.
like Stanley Cup would be nice, but I feel like in the back of his head, he's kind of like, but does it really matter?
Yeah,
he's,
because like
he's already Johnny Hockey. Like, and that's never going to go away.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know if like maybe if he keeps on putting up like 100+ points like years, which I don't think he's gonna do this year because like he doesn't have the supporting cast to do it.
Right.
But like maybe like down the road he might be like a Hall of Fame like ballot guy, maybe like depending on if he keeps on putting up a crazy amount of points. But at the same time,
Yeah, there's a
you need some
chance.
accolades. You need some hardware.
Yeah, for sure. He's kind of he like reminds me like Johnny Manziel. Like, you know what I mean? Like he just like unbelievable college athlete and then like gets the pros and it's kind of I mean, he's definitely way better career than Johnny Manziel ever had in the
Yeah, he
NFL,
actually
but like
he actually played more than 2 years.
but same like, same like aspect there like,
Yeah, he doesn't really give a shit.
yeah. Like Johnny Manziel's doing fine right now as it is. I'm pretty sure. So I see him all over social media.
Yeah, his oil money. His dad, like even before he went to like became Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, his dad was like an oil guy. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Like, yeah,
really?
he was already
Yeah,
rich
so
as
he was
shit,
all set.
so it didn't even
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
All right. Lastly, Vancouver Canucks currently 0-2. I was high on this team entering the season, said they were going to be a playoff contender, but there definitely seems to already be some signs of concerns. What do you think's going on with Vancouver, Bob? 0-2.
It's just I think it's just D zone, honestly, because they're off like I said, like when they have like the man advantage, they are so unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't really bank off of just having a power play every game, but uh, even 5-on-5, their forwards are good, but it's just I think it's just D zone and like their D core, to be honest. Like it's just like all these. It's kind of too early to like really nitpick like what's wrong because
Yeah, it is.
at the
Yeah.
same time
Small
it's
sample.
yeah, because at the same time, it's the beginning of the NHL season. There's jitters. There's guys that are just trying to get back into game shape and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, Demko like he like I don't know if he's got the same year he did last year, but if he has just even like half the year he had last year, they're gonna get into the playoffs because they have such a good forward core. Like I said, their D core isn't like anything to write home about, but they're not like terrible. You know what I mean? They're kind of middle of the pack, D core. But yeah, but like if they draw penalties and get like man advantages, they're gonna win. They're gonna score some goals and they're gonna win some hockey games. Because last night, I forget who they played. They played someone last night. I was watching it, but they kind of blew it. I think they were up
They
two.
lost 3-2.
Yeah, they're up 2-0 and let up 3 straight goals. No,
I
it was
think
it
they
was
were up big
Philly.
in the.
It was Philly.
Oh, it was Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So I was watching it last night. They're up 2-0 and then they kind of just fell apart. I think they took some penalties, and Philly got some power plays and scored. And then when it came down to and then they were down 3-2, they pulled their goalie. Dude, they literally should have scored like 3 goals when they had their net pulled. It was crazy.
Yeah. And then in the first game, they played Edmonton. They went up 3-0 and lost 5-3.
Yeah, it just they can't really play a full 60. I think they're just trying to get back in the swing of things, dude. I think that's what it is. I think they're just trying to get back into game shape. I think that's literally what it is. Because that's all it is like you got to play a full 60.
Yeah, like you see like spurts of them being like really good and then just like a shit period and you're like, what the hell was that? Like that's not like Vancouver Canuck hockey.
Yeah, you can't be like flat. Like you can't go up like you can't be up like 2 or 3 goals and just be complacent. Especially in the NHL. You got to keep on playing.
Yeah, you got to just learn from those things and move on and not make the same mistakes. I believe in Bruce Boudreau here. Another Bruce I believe in.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get these guys right. I think it's just really as simple as their top guys need to step up. JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser. They just paid all these guys in the offseason. You guys are skilled players. You need to produce. You're not average hockey players anymore. Like you're getting paid the big bucks to go out there and put pucks in the net and put up points. JT Miller said in an interview after the last game, he's like, I'm frustrated and I feel irrelevant out on the ice. Well, fucking do something about it then, dude. Like you're the only one like stopping yourself from being irrelevant. Like just go out and make fucking plays. Like I don't know. It just seems like it's simple. You know what I mean? Like just there's always been like shit in the locker room with Vancouver, shit in the media. Like just put that all to the side and just go out and play hockey. Like stop worrying about
Yeah,
all this
Canadian markets are so hard to play in because everyone's just up your ass.
Up your ass 24/7. Like it, but I know, and that's tough, like playing in those markets. But at some point, like these players just have to block that shit out. Like delete fucking Twitter, delete Instagram if you can't handle that shit. Like don't be going on there and looking at these people like ragging on you. You know what I mean? Like just fucking block out the noise, like, and just focus on hockey. And I feel like that's what Vancouver's got to do because they have a good team. They should be competitive. They shouldn't be losing games like this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you look at the roster, man, you're just like, all right, this team's solid. Like, but yeah, I think it's just them trying to put together a full 60-minute game, just because they've blown 2 leads already. Like you gotta,
like 2 big leads. It's like, come on, like, all right, now move on from that. Don't make those mistakes.
It was literally 2-0 in the third. From what I was watching, I think I went and took a shower. I went and did something, came back, and it was like 3-2 or 2-2 or something like that. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I'm like, "Is this the same game?"
After blowing a 3-goal lead the night before, like,
yeah,
come on. All right, I think that wraps up our hockey talk for today. Those are kind of our early, very early takes on some of these teams. Like we said, so early in the season, most of these teams have played 2 or 3 games. It's such a small sample size; it's hard to tell. But those are just our early thoughts and opinions on what we've seen. Before we sign off today, Bob, fun fact of the day.
Yeah, this is not really a fun fact because it's kind of morbid, but apparently there are over 200 dead bodies of climbers on Mount Everest, but it's too difficult to bring them down. That's why they're up there right now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So you can just be climbing Mount Everest and just see fucking dead body that's just been chilling there.
Yeah, they probably like go up there and identify like the body maybe and just like say, all right, they're like, we don't have the resources to bring this thing down, so
like, don't want to like someone else get killed trying to bring them down.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah,
there should be like a warning sign.
Yeah,
like before you climb Mount Everest that says like, if you die, like your body's probably staying up there.
Yeah, you sign a waiver.
So climb at your own risk.
Yeah, dude, that's such like climbing is like such a crazy sport to me. Like it's like
mountain climbers in general are fucked. Like because what makes you want to do that shit?
Yeah, it's adrenaline junkies, I guess, but like I don't know, man. Like it's such a crazy thought to me. Like climbing as a sport. Like I don't know. I know a couple climbers, but
I remember doing like rock wall in like fucking elementary school. Like that shit was hard, dude. I can't imagine like actually climbing up the side of a real mountain with like, put in like wind factor and chill and like snow and ice and all that shit, dude.
Forget bringing supplies. Like
camping out sucks in general. And it's like you gotta do that just to survive.
Yeah.
And then like, hike the next day and climb.
Yeah. And then you got those people like, oh yeah, I climbed like Mount Washington. Like, dude, you drove in your car.
Yeah. yeah. They got the sticker on their bumper. It's like, dude, your fucking car drove up.
Yeah. Your car climbed it, not you.
Yeah. Mountain climbing is different breed, dude. Hats off to them. Like that shit's intense.
Yeah, man.
Something I would never want to do.
Yeah, you have to be a legit crazy person to do it. Especially
it's not a way I'd want to go out. Like, how'd that, like, what happened to that person? Like, oh yeah, they died climbing a mountain. Like, oh shit.
They're like, damn,
they could have prevented that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
One thing, let's like, oh, what happened? Like, it's caught some disease, like something unpreventable. But it's like, they fell off like the side of a mountain.
Yeah, it's like, they probably shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah. They got a tough bid. All right. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Hedgeberry Technologies. They continue to revolutionize the sports betting industry. So if you haven't already, be sure to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. We have some updated information for you guys who've been listening. Our Movember golf tourney to raise money for the Movember Foundation, which is the leading charity changing the face of men's health, is official. It's going to be Braintree Municipal Golf Course, November 5th, 10 a.m. shotgun start. We do still have some available spots for some teams, so please reach out if you're interested in entering a team in the tournament, or if you just want to like sponsor a hole or simply just make a donation. Please reach out and we can fill you in on how to do so. All right, it's all for a great cause. Should be a great time hacking up the golf course. Seeing some of the boys and just having ourselves a day. So yeah, November 5th, Braintree, be there.
And grow your stashes.
Yeah, and don't forget to grow your mows. I'm gonna have to start. It's almost end of October. Damn, I might have to start early. Get a head start.
Yeah, dude. I look like an absolute critter with my stash. Let's see how this goes. Like, every single time I grow my stash, I remember one time on deployment, I walked out and someone just goes, "Dude, shave that thing." Like,
I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
yeah, I can't really grow facial hair, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, the boys will be rocking Mo's in November for sure. As always, merch available, t-shirts, hats, whatever you need, let us know. But I think that just about wraps it up for us today. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to the High Slot Podcast. Be sure to go check us out over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, everyone.